I'm Natalie Walker, and I've been working as a psychic now for many, many years. I do readings for people. I also go into homes and do readings of homes and communicate for people with those that have passed over with love and light. So I've been doing that for years, and I've realised now more and more people are saying to me that they want to develop their own psychic abilities, and when they have issues to do with, you know, maybe they're in a new home or new job and they've got a lot of negative energy around them, whether it's spirit or just, you know, negative people, how can they work with that? How can they make that better? So what I'm doing here is I'm putting together some short videos, and they are just bite-sized sessions on things such as aura, working with unseen energies, cleansing your home of negative energies, attracting love, and creating a different response and reaction, working better with people. So these videos are really short, sharp, to the point sessions on how you can do that. Usually a coaching session will last up to an hour when I coach people on how to develop their own psychic abilities. So if you want to book a full session, just click the links, go to my website, contact me. If you're not in the UK, because I'm in London, if you're not in the UK, we do sessions online over Skype. So yeah, we can go into more detail. But really, guys, just use these videos as a way of introducing yourself to working with unseen energies, to developing your own psychic abilities, opening your third eye, and giving yourself an advantage as well, which I think is very important. No matter whether you want to work in the psychic paranormal field or you're just, you know, doing other stuff. Really, when you develop yourself in terms of energy, you really do get an advantage over other people, because you have an instant ability to read between the lines. You know, even when you're dating, you'll be able to look at someone's aura and know how they feel about you beyond, you know, your own kind of instant instincts. You can go beyond that and really, truly, if someone's telling you all this talk, you can see past that to the truth. So yeah, the first video, this video right here, is going to be looking at aura, the auras around living things. But what I would say before we start working with auras is you really, really, really need to be relaxed for this to be the most effective. You know, you can go and just give it a go and just have some fun with it, but I would say it's going to be more powerful for you if you're relaxed. So have a look at the meditation video that I'm going to post, because it will give you some techniques to help you relax and clear your mind, and make it a lot easier. Because a lot of people, when they first start trying this, they'll get frustrated really quick and then give up. So you don't want to do that. So the first thing you've got to do is be able to clear your mind first, because the information that's coming to you is going to be coming through a different way. It's going to be coming through your third eye, your psychic eye, your pure energy eye, whatever you guys want to call it. So you have to be relaxed. So get to meditating. If you've got your own techniques, that's fine, do that. If not, check out the meditation video first. Okay, so what is an aura? The way I like to think of it is it's a mixture of the thoughts, feelings, experiences, interactions that we have, and it is within us and around us as a kind of energy fingerprint. And it's the most important thing that you can learn when you're looking at your psychic self, because it's your true self. You know, it's deeper than someone's personality or, you know, what they say about themselves. It's the true self, it's the core self, and you can't hide your aura. You can try it. A lot of people do try it, and you can change it, but you can't hide it. If you're feeling a certain way, or if a lot of negative things have happened to you, it will be sitting in your aura. So it will be of benefit to you to get used to knowing what your own aura feels like, knowing what because once you know yourself, you'll know what other people's auras look like and feel like. Okay, so think of it as like an energy fingerprint, because it will be unique. And you get auras, you'll see auras around human beings, plants, animals, most living things. Fruits and vegetables as well, interestingly enough, have auras. And when you're first starting out, it might be a good idea for you to just take something less complicated than a human, so like a plant, because they're not going to try. If you tell someone, I'm going to read your aura, a lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people will go on a defensive and try and stop you. I think it's more of a protection, you know. They don't want you poking around in their aura, unless you get someone really, really willing and trusting, you know, if you're lucky enough to have people around you like that, or unless you're used to doing it and you can go beyond that. You know, I've been doing it for years, and the first thing I do when I give a psychic reading is read someone's aura, because it tells me so much about them physically. It tells me, you know, I'm not a doctor, so I don't diagnose anything, but when I see the energy patterns around them, the colours, sometimes they look a bit darker or lighter, or as I'm moving my energy through them, through their aura to have a look into it, I'll get stuck at certain points and I can't go beyond that. And, you know, usually when I tell them, they'll say, oh yeah, I've been diagnosed with this or that or something or another. Again though, you know, the more you practice this, the more you're going to be tempted. And I know people that have done this, and I think this is never a good idea to say, oh yeah, you've got whatever, unless you are a doctor and you know that. But yeah, just go with caution, you know, once you get used to this and you can have a look and see the changes in the aura. Okay, when did I first see an aura? I was about 9 or 10, and I remember I was in a school assembly, and because I went to a Catholic school most of my life actually, and I remember one of the nuns were on the stage and she was glowing, and I could see all these colours around her, and it was like this energy moving and stuff. It didn't feel particularly good, you know, it wasn't angelic, it didn't feel like that, and it didn't feel bad, it just felt like information, loads and loads of information around her, but I didn't really understand it, and I didn't know it was called an aura or energy. All I knew is that's what I could see, you know. And then it happened again and again, and I started picking up feelings from the people, and unfortunately at that time I didn't know how to protect myself, so I started taking on those feelings. So that's why before you do any aura work, any energy work, you've got to get protected. So see the other videos on complete protection before you start doing all of this. And then I got more and more used to it. But at that time, because I was so young, I thought everyone could see auras. I really did think, okay, everyone can. And it was only when I started talking to other people about what I was seeing, I realised, oh, okay, not everyone can see this. But yeah, it's become very, very useful for me. And how will it help you? Okay, if you're in a relationship, this is the one area of your life where I think it will be so useful, so key, because we don't always tell each other how we truly feel in a relationship. And, you know, not just man, woman, 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 whatever kind of relationship. Your friendships as well, and your family members. So you'll kind of have a heads up on how they truly feel no matter what they say. So yeah, and for me it's been very, very useful. Now when we go into it in the next video, I'm going to show you how to actually see an aura, and a lot of you are going to see colours. Some of you won't see a colour, you'll just see like a glow around the person. You might see a glow around me now, anyone who's used to doing auras, and that's brilliant. But what I will say is don't get too caught up in, okay, there's green, purple and orange, that's great, but what you want to really get to the point of of doing quite quickly is, how do those colours feel? How does that visual image feel to you? Because that's where all the information is going to come from. It's going to come from feelings, not what you're seeing with your eyes. Because once you get used to it, you will see colours, and you will see like an etheric energy around people. So don't get too caught up in the colours, because there are loads of good books. I've read loads of good books on what the different colours in auras mean. But when it comes to the actually seeing the auras, when I see a colour, you know, it might be a lot of green around the person, and that's a nice positive colour. You know, the books will say, oh, this is great, this means this, that and this. But if I feel a certain way from that colour, that is what is going on. So you might get this thick green around the person, and you can't move through it, and you know, it's telling you that they're stuck, they're really stuck, or this area of their body, there's a problem going on. So you really have to pay attention to how you feel, okay, in the colours. Again though, as you're doing this, you've got to understand that your energy will be going into them in order to read them. So before you do it, you have to protect your own energy. If you're going to work with plants or animals, then it's not as important, because it's not such a deep energy exchange, and they're a lot less complicated. I find with, you know, animals and plants, pretty much they're easier to read. And once you get used to reading the auras, you'll be able to then take the next step, which we'll do a video on, which will be communicating in a telepathy way with whoever you're connected to. You know, and that could be, it works really well with animals, and you're not doing anything invasive. This isn't going to be any kind of, you know, horrible thing. We'll always be working with positive energy, love and light. So yeah, we'll go through each stage, and in the next video I'm going to tell you how to actually see an aura in a bite-sized, quick to the point lesson. So I'll see you guys on the next video.